our hands to our heart. Today, right now, if you're catching this live, November 1, 2021 begins, and I know you're going to be like, you must be kidding me, but yet I know it, Kara. It begins the culmination of 2021 and the beginning of 2022. This is a 3-month period. This is a bridge that is being formed to sustain us through the diamond ray ignition that's happening this new year for the first time in the history of consciousness. I want you to really take that in, because even utilizing the word history in and of itself is a misnomer. Also, today, humanity shifts from all of that incredible October experience into the firm choice. And I'm absolutely confident that no matter when you're watching this, November 1, you were very aware that a choice had been made. And if you weren't, you are now. And the next thing is yesterday, October 31, and all of you over here in the Zoom chat, because we can only have one open, so we have the Zoom open. How was your yesterday? Did you give yourself the gift of that inward journey? Did you allow and invite in that experience, that culmination? Remember, we are building into this very week the illuminated new moon. I mean, November is ready, set, go. It's a Monday, it's the 1st, and it's like, get up and go, have your coffee, we're on. That is what's happening with humanity. And so bring us into the beautiful, beautiful flow of this extraordinary moment of November. And so I'm going to invite all of us, let's go ahead, let's take a moment and go back to yesterday, whether or not you even knew, whether or not you were even aware that we were, that this was a day where we were going to do silence, that this was a day where we were just going to, really from sun up to sundown, hold that energy of the positive co-creation. Now, why is that? It's because of right now. So bringing our hands to our heart, breathing up in, let's do a deep Ave Saw breath up in the nose with a smile. Welcome. Welcome to 2022, because that's what today is. Today, November 1, 2021, is the day that all of humanity is making a choice. And it's not that the choice is being made today. It's not that there's a big deadline in front of you. What it is that wherever you are in the experience of when November 1, 2021, engage the consciousness frequency where your experience form, whenever that happens, you've already started implementing choices that you have made. Mm-hmm. And so the first gift of yesterday, and when Shri and I ascended the temple yesterday, and we spent quite a bit of time at the top of the mountain, and when the cosmic Isis came forward and showed us the mastery, that divine mastery presence, that balancing experience that all of humanity is getting ready to harmonize right now, the choice before you has already been made. If you are not clear, then it is only because you are in conflict with yourself. And I strongly suggest you hang out for tonight's I Am Lost Books of the Essene that includes the attunement, because we are here. This is where humanity is. Humanity is at that moment where we are coming together and saying, I am here. I am ready. I am open, guide me. And that guiding light is the chalice of the ignited cosmic Isis presence, offering the gift through the blessing of the receiving. And through the receiving, the miracle presence is igniting and reigniting. For many years back in the early 30s, the original I Am Presence diagram was drawn, but there's more, because just outside the view of the one that is there now is where the egg of creation held as the cosmic Isis has been waiting for this moment to ignite the magic presence again. And so I'm inviting you right now to really kind of come into your heart and perhaps let go of even the chat right now, to really come in and pay attention. Because November is a month of choice that is already unfolding, and how these choices come forward into that material experience, the earth plane, is yours to command. And remember that tomorrow, Tuesday, we are finally, blissfully, yayfully clear of that Mercury retrograde post phase. This is seriously a jettison moment. So we're going to begin right now by sharing with you right here the November up-level calendar. Now, again, if you get the up-level calendars every year, number one, thank you. Thank you for the blessing of helping so many others by receiving this calendar. And all of the proceeds of this calendar is also one of our outreach efforts that Shri and I do as part of our service to the world. And so the new calendar is going to be coming out the end of this month. You're going to want it soon. So the first thing you want to look at is that the third gate opens. And this is really, really important, because the ascended consciousness energy of choice, and I just want to go down here. If you can see, I have the cursor. You see the dragons, the three dragons. Those three dragons are the past, present, future. They are the cycle of letting go. This is where we were in January. This is the Dragon, Lion, Phoenix. And I do encourage you right now, go find the predictions that we put out for 2021 and read them again, especially as we're getting here right now, because the November 2021 third gate opened now today. It's in motion. It's not coming. And remember, this was just as the other one. We're right there. It was like, okay, you ready? Keep going. There is no time to rest. This is that moment. And in the energy of this choice, you notice that this entire month is going to track with the way that you are moving through concentric dimensionality. This is where we were when we came in January 1 this year. And one of the gifts of this year was that we were fully aware that every single month had a specific energy experience outside of the ascended consciousness of the continual awakening of awareness experience choice. November is the flows. And so I want you to breathe that in. November is the flows. Everything that you've been bringing in since January, everything that you have been calling in, everything that you have been co-creating, everything that you have honestly called forward with steadfast commitment, focused awareness, and complete trust without ulterior motive or singular agenda is going to manifest in beautiful, harmonious ways. And everything that was co-created outside of that is going to manifest in phenomenally fascinating ways. There is so much coming together. So I want to bring you right now, because it's more than just November. You see that? But the choice of November determines 2022. This isn't about, that's why I'm saying it's November, December, January. So I want to now show you December. I'm going to give you just a 2-second sneak peek as to why the mastery of the concentric dimensionality, the letting go, the how many beings do you know are so fixated on their hardcore agenda of, I want to know this and I want to know that, that they limit themselves from abundance through trying to close their grip on everything. Forgive them, they know not what they do, because the old paradigm wants them to keep recreating from the old paradigm. You are here right now, and November is the flows that is birthing. And you know what? Before I put December back up again, I hope you're as excited as Shri and I are. I got to put up November again, because you really have to. I want you to just check this out again. Look at that Dragon, Lion, Phoenix. And pay attention that you notice that rising sun, the illumination coming out, that big, huge moon, that energy is being set into motion this week, that on the 19th and or before, when we have that full moon lunar eclipse up level, it will carry the full power, presence, and absolute command of light for everything to come into harmonic balance. And it's happening outside of density, which is why you're here now, because it's happening through the convergence of the concentric dimensionality into the field of vast potentiality. What does all that mean in lay language, as many would say to me? It means that right now, you have to make a choice. Are you ready to trust the universe enough to let go of your own bullshit and say yes to you? And forgive me for using that word, but that's what it is. You know, this past week, Shri and I had the rare opportunity, and I bow before the mastery of this gift. I finally, you know, we live in our bubble, right? Because we need to be here with you. And so I've never come into contact with spiritual arrogance before. And I never saw the power of spiritual arrogance and the way that spiritual arrogance embeds itself and is a self-perpetuating energy. And the beauty of it is that spiritual arrogance is like the final frontier of the borderlands of sanity that's trying to say, if I jump, can I trust you? And the jump and the you is you. You got to look in the mirror and say, if I jump, can I trust you? And that's what tonight's discourse just happens to be about. And check this out. Let me show you December. Again, here comes the December sneak peek. There it is. All right. You get it? You see it? It's the sea of consciousness coming together to form the new creation. And it's coming up and out of a potential storm. And what's incredible is I want you to look at December 19, because it's just 1 month after that lunar eclipse up level. Yep. We have a Venus retrograde full moon peak up level event. And this event is what's already pulling us all into the sea of consciousness. And so you have November, December, January. Let's go ahead and look at the ascended numerology and pay attention to one other thing. And what I've done is put November and December together, because sincerely, it's important to notice and really notice what it's doing. So I want you to notice where we are right now. November in and of itself is a 7. And then of course that 7 also would go and travel all the way. And when you look at the arrow, you see the arrow there? You notice that the clock on the left is completely full. It doesn't matter what color the arrows are. It's a 100% cycle. And look at the 11, look at the 12, just look at the clock. And then look at the 5 and the 7 and notice what's happening with our infinite nature. These 2 months are literally rearranging the deck. Now, as it fills the eternal cycle of the conscious evolution of consciousness itself, look over at the body of form. You think we're in for one heck of a 2-month ride, Shri? What's the first thing you notice, Shri? I mean, my husband must be the one to digest this for you, because this is just way too important to pay attention to.
Well, I've got a couple of immediate impressions.
Right.
One
just
is,
look at the pictures. Don't even bother looking at the other stuff.
Without being fully trained in ascended numerology, any one of you can look at this and say, oh my goodness, we're transiting a lot of energies. Mm-hmm. And the clock face is showing us how we're going into the infinite, into form, into the infinite, into expression.
Over and over and over.
And so I smile at this because the flows is being informed by the cosmos.
Now
And,
breathe that in.
you know, oftentimes in our lives, we say, oh, yeah, it's all flow.
Right.
Well, what's informing the flow? Is it a materialistic desire? Is it a series of events or a lot of people contributing? Or is the flow truly touching into the infinite for its guidance and rejuvenation, for its propulsion? So we've got a powerful time upon us, November and December.
Yes. And if you look here, you'll notice it's all upper chakras. And what did we just say earlier? It's all happening outside of the third dimension. And I love ascended numerology and soul charting specifically because it helps the left brain understand that. So that purple circle around the body is the infinite energy that we are. And you'll notice that we are having only 2 chakras in both November and December that are even touching the body. And it happens to be our throat or our truth chakra and our 6th chakra, which actually in this case is encompassing a lot more. And then we're getting bombarded. We're getting bombarded week by week by week by week. And so this is why it's an intense, possibly highly polarizing moment. And I want you to take in that breath and remember that, because each week Shri and I are going to be revealing what's going to be happening week by week. You're going to want to stay tuned with us. And I also, with all my heart and soul, want you to feel this moment, because starting next Tuesday, the Divine Mastery Presence journey of all of 2022 begins.
Yes.
Humanity is being called. And you know, if you're not ready for the whole journey, then just join us. Just begin by being with us next Tuesday and really understand and learn and remember yourself as the ancient magi and Essie Na scholar that you are.
So Kara's referring to this wonderful Ascended Numerology class that she's going to be teaching live. It's a series of live interactive video presentations. And this series not only will educate you on how to work with this code of the soul, it will also inspire you to recognize the divine hand at work in all that is in our field of experience. It's like having a continual reading, a continual ocean of embraced by the cosmos. Each and every lesson is an up-level event. And when you get complete with this, you will be able to offer the gift of an Ascended Numerology reading for family, for friends, or perhaps in your own practice.
Well, you know, and the key is that we're going to open up next Tuesday, and as the Magi being with you, we will open where I'm actually offering a complete reading for the first time, actually to one of the students who's enrolled. However, you will not know who they are, but they already know who they are. And we're doing that so that it will activate within you the memory. This November, December, January period, the choice before you now matters. Pay attention to the choices you're making, not just for the moment. Open your mind wider, expand your vision broader, ignite your heart stronger,
Yes.
heal the world together.